back to my channel. Or if you're new here, my name is Taechichu and I don't know what I'm doing. I'll never know what I'm doing, and that's what I'm using as an intro. So, today, another spooky video. I'm doing a mummy's favorite Pokemon. If you haven't seen my Witch's Pokemon theme / Witch's favorite Pokemon, that'll be down in the description below. I suggest you check that out because that's what began this little series of vids. There's only gonna be a couple because it's spooky season. But this was recommended to me in the comments of that video, and it was a mummy's favorite Pokemon. So I took a lot of thought and I put it into this, so I hope you guys enjoy it. First on the list is Yawn Mask / Agrius. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm really bad at pronouncing names in case you couldn't tell, but that's pretty much a given because it is like literally like Egyptian Pokemon. Like it's Agrius is literally like a coffin with like, it's like a mummy coffin of like a pharaoh. So that was pretty obvious, but I put them both in the same category because I wanted to be more creative down below, like in the other Pokemon. But so another reason that I picked them is that it's ghost and mummies are literally like dead people. So that makes sense, it's the ghost typing. They're super spooky and Agrius can be a home for a mummy, I guess. But yeah, they're literally Egyptian Pokemon, so I kind of had to put them in the list. Next is Mimikyu. Mimikyu I picked because it is literally a ghost type again, but this is a ghost. It's a ghost kind of like disguising itself so people don't see its real form. And that's kind of like what mummies do actually. Like mummies literally wrap themselves in like cloth to like kind of hide their decayed bodies. And I think that's kind of like what Mimikyu is trying to do. Another weird thing, I did a lot of mummy research for Mimikyu. Mimikyu has a fairy typing. As we all know, it's ghost fairy. And a mummy, the only organ that is in a mummy is its heart. So I thought that kind of connected to a fairy typing. It's a little weird and a little bit reaching, but it's like, that's where the fairy typing comes out in Mimikyu in like a mummy, because it's the only organ that the pharaohs like were left with was the heart. So I just thought that was interesting and thought I could incorporate it that way. Another Pokemon, so clearly I had to have a cat Pokemon. And that cat Pokemon is Persian, because literally cats were like worshipped in Egypt and they were super predominant. So clearly like that's where I had to have it in. I had to have it in there because it's cat. Cats can also be mummies. Fun fact, there were like millions, maybe not millions, maybe I'm over exaggerating. I don't know the exact number, but there were also cat mummies in Egypt because the pharaohs wanted to be buried with their cats. So cats were mummified as well. And then literally mummy, and this is kind of like a little bit of wordplay, Persian, the cat Pokemon, but mummy is, the word is formed from the Persian, the Persian word mum. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and so that's why I had to pick Persian, because in Persian, that's where the word mummy came from, and I thought that was super interesting. And I think Persian would be like the best kind of cat to have in like Egypt because of its like sandy coat color, and then you got the shanks and blah 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 blah. Next, our fourth Pokemon is Arbok. This one's a doozy. I gotta whip out my notes for it. So Arbok. So for Arbok, the first reasoning is, well, I'll do those simple ones first. Snakes are desert animals, so I thought that kind of was like a given. And then there's like the cobra dance with like the and the cobra dance. I don't know. Like snakes are predominant in deserts because they like the hot weather. So like, you know, snake Pokemon makes sense. But this is mainly the reason that I picked it. There was an Egyptian goddess named Merit Seeger, hope I'm pronouncing that right, and she took in the form of a cobra. And Arbok's like the cobra Pokemon, so it's kind of like a god Pokemon in form of Egyptians. So that's why I had to choose it when going for a mummy. I thought that was a really interesting fact. Like I said, I kind of went above and beyond for this one, and so Arbok I thought had to be it because literally one of their goddesses takes form of a cobra, and I would think that in a world where mummies came to life and existed and Pokemon were real things, I would think that they would worship Arboks. So that's why I thought it would be on its team. The next Pokemon is Houndoom. So for Houndoom, when mummifying people, and like when the slaves were mummifying their pharaohs or their working class, or I don't know how to put it. When they were mummifying their pharaohs, they wore a face of Anubis, and Anubis is a like god who kind of has like the face of a dog. And I was like, okay, I need a dog Pokemon, and I thought that Houndoom was the best for that because it kind of has the best like shape, like face shape for Anubis and for like the mask of Anubis. But another reasoning is that it's like dark fire type would be good for Egypt because like Egypt is hot because it's a desert, and fire type would be perfect with that. And that typing would be like necessary in the desert, so it makes sense. And the last Pokemon I have is Xatu. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It's a psychic flying Pokemon. So, I mean, it looks Egyptian. I didn't really have a lot of reasoning for this. It was kind of hard to find a sixth Pokemon. It can see the future. Like in its Pokedex entry, it says that it can see the future, and I think that has a little bit, like I connected it kind of to the afterlife, but I don't know, it looks Egyptian. It looks like a hieroglyphic bird. So I thought that was interesting, and that's why I added it to that. And yeah, there are a lot of weird facts about mummies that I learned for doing this. Thank you to whoever suggested this. I forgot who specifically did it, but thank you. This is actually really fun to do, oddly enough, and yeah, thank you again, and thank you all for watching. Comment down below what else you guys would like to see me do. I'm posting videos straight for the next 7 days for Halloween. Some of them are spooky, some of them are not. I want to give you guys a little bit of mixture, so yeah. And then if we hit 200 subscribers by the end of October, then I will be doing a sleep lock, and I will put polls on what game to do, and I will, you know, I'll decide on the day, because sleep locks are hard. But yeah, if you like this video, please leave a like down below, and if you want to see more content from me, subscribe down below as well. I really appreciate it. And if you'd like to donate to my Ko-fi is also down below. And if you donate, then you will get a shout out. So you don't have to though, it's just there in case you want to show your support by money, but you don't have to. I don't really care. It's just kind of there. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Boop.